Disclaimer, the video you are about to see has content that contains swearing, substance referencing, violence, and or partial on-screen nudity. If you are a person under 13 years of age, do not watch this video by order of COPPA. In general, if you are over 13 but are sensitive, you may exit this video and find a nice wholesome video to watch. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey there guys, Jordan here, back with another reaction video, and it's going to be another death battle, and this death battle is going to be Hercules versus Sun Wukong. Now, this is slightly different from the previous death battles as a majority of them are based on fictional characters, but today we're reacting to a death battle that's based on two characters from Greek and Chinese mythology. Hercules from Greek mythology and Sun Wukong from Journey of the West. Now then, I don't know much about these particular characters, and to be honest, I don't know which versions of these characters that they're going to use for this death battle. But we'll see the people explain their powers and show how great their potentials of how they'll do with this battle. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started.
Hercules, the god of strength. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Myth has many heroes, but few overcome their past to become legendary. And maybe inspire some comics and anime to boot.
That's true.
Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, first up, Hercules.
He's the man, the myth, the legend. He's Hercules! Stories of Hercules exist in many iterations, but we'll examine the earliest known accounts, the legend of Heracles. No Disney Zero to Hero, just the classic Greek myth. And like most ancient Greek stories, it began with Zeus being a total creep. The god of thunder did his thing with a princess by disguising himself as her husband. Oh, what the hell, man?
Oh.
A demigod was born, who was...
In some iterations and adaptations of Heracles' story, he was originally named Alcides. Oh. So, Alcides was Hercules' original name. That seems a bit, odd. But it was written in Greek mythology, so what can you do?
Was named Alcaeus. But Hera was pretty pissed Zeus had cheated on her yet again. So Alcaeus' human parent.
Background: Hercules, Greek god of strength, height 6'2", 208 centimeters. Birthday November 10th, 1286 BC. Born Alcaeus, son of Zeus and Alcmene. Founder of the Olympic Games, one of the Argonauts, father of 51 children. My word. This god certainly does have an impressive background. But then again, there are different iterations of Hercules, so maybe some of these, maybe his background is different in a few parts. But they're sticking with the earliest iteration of Hercules. So there is that.
Parents renamed him in her honor. Yep, Heracles means glory to Hera. Too bad she had already made up her mind though, and that kid was gonna pay. The child would need some way to survive Hera's wrath, so the goddess of heroes carried out a plan that was frankly insane. Athena tricked Hera into nursing the baby Heracles, and her milk gave him supernatural strength unbound, even beyond many of the gods themselves. So
wow.
that he hurt her milk all over the place like a boob sprinkler, which in turn created the galaxy.
Okay.
That's why we call it the Milky Way. Oh god, I'm never eating one of those candy bars again. With his godlike power, Heracles became a fierce warrior trained by the finest instructors in all of Greece. Unfortunately, he wasn't without problems. While he was a natural at boxing, wrestling, fencing, and so much more, he struggled in the arts. He even had a fit and accidentally killed his music teacher. Little did Heracles know this was a sign of the tragedy to come. Many years later, as his name began to be synonymous with the term hero, he murdered his wife, Princess Megara, and their sons.
My god.
Magically driven him into a kill frenzy rage, but that didn't excuse it for Herc. His guilt was there. Desperate to atone, he sought guidance from the Oracle of Delphi and learned his path to redemption. He would submit himself to King Eurystheus and perform for him 10 grueling labors. The guy was a D-bag, but Herc did what he had to, and through his struggles, built a killer arsenal. For his first labor, he was tasked with slaying a lion whose hide could not be pierced by any blade. So Herc just beat the lion to death with his bare hands and took the pelt as armor for himself. He defeated a flock of metal, man-eating birds with cortalas so loud no living thing could bear the noise. He battled a multi-headed
abilities and arsenal, boundless strength, nigh absolute invulnerability, superhuman speed, arrows coated in hydra blood, bronze crotellus, golden falchion, war club, the men in lion's pelt, armor that no blade can pierce. My word. I guess Hercules sure was very resourceful in his battles. But there could be a possibility that his opponent could defy any of these arsenals. Well, we'll see soon enough.
Cauterizing its necks after each decapitation so the heads would not grow back. A lot of sliced off heads meant a lot of blood spilled, and hydra blood is extra poisonous. Even gods fear it, so Herc dipped his arrows in the stuff for later use, like when he used them to take out centaurs, titans, and even the sun. Sort of. The details of this myth differ, but in some versions, Heracles was so fed up with the desert heat he fired an arrow at the sun, the physical embodiment of the god Helios.
Wow.
That's one way to cool off. Take that, global warming! To reach the sun, his arrow would have to fly 90 times faster than light. The maximum weight of a typical recurve bow is about 40 pounds, shooting an...
Heracles has also battled Apollo, who is frequently depicted as an entity of light, giving further evidence of Heracles' speed. Oh, so Hercules has battled someone who is the embodiment of light, and it shows, and it's just further evidence of how fast he can go. Wow, this god is completely relentless, I'll give him that.
Arrow 300 feet per second. Shooting one faster than light would require strength incomprehensible to mortals such as us. Anyway, Herc completed his labors, but the king was a sore loser and axed 2 of them for cheating, because Herc was a lot more clever than he expected. Heracles received 2 more tasks, one of which required he retrieve the golden apples of Hesperides, which ironically originally belonged to Hera. As part of his plan, Heracles would temporarily take on the role of the Titan Atlas, as bearer of the heavens.
That sounds exhausting.
More than you think, dummy. While modern art often portrays Atlas carrying a globe, the Greeks perceived his burden as a celestial sphere. This would mean Heracles supported the weight of not just the Earth, but the whole universe.
My word.
Holding up this entire show.
The common view of the time was that
During the late 5th century to mid-6th century BCE, Greek philosophers theorized that the beginning of reality was eternal in scale. Thales of Miletus and Anaximander's concepts of infinity most likely contributed to this. I see. So Greek philosophers have been thinking about the beginning of reality, and how much it's scaled to modern reality. Wow. Ancient Greece really was something back then.
The universe was endless. Even chaos, the primordial origin of everything, was boundless. Meaning, Heracles held up the weight of conceptual infinity. Luckily, Herc's got one hell of a drive to persevere.
Feats: slew the Nemean lion and Lernaean hydra, built the pillars of Hercules, held up Atlas' celestial sphere, shot at Helios, embodiment of the sun, conquered Troy, Sparta, Phyllis, Elis, captured the Cyrenian hind, defeated Antios, Cygnus, Nessus, Thanatos, Hippolyta, and the Amazons, wounded and defeated Ares, god of war. My word. It seems that the Greek god of strength was completely unbeatable no matter how dire the situation was. But that could be overthrown by his opponent, so we'll see.
And to make amends, like when he met King at Midas, he got to party it up and was too drunk to realize the king was in a really bad state because his wife had just died. Reminds me of someone. Can't imagine who. Well, Herc felt bad, so he decided to make it up to his bro by literally beating up the god of death until he returned and Midas' wife. And that's true best friend material. Whiz. Heracles frequently surprised others with his wit, particularly with finding solutions hidden in plain sight. For example, when he wrestled Antaeus, a giant who was invincible so long as his feet were on the ground, Heracles simply picked him up and strangled him in the air. Even giants and the god of death couldn't end his story. Instead, he was tricked into putting on a shirt covered in that Hydra blood, and it totally screwed him up. What a BS way to go. Yet, also a testament to how a contest of power could not defeat him. Racked with unbearable pain and burning at a pyre, Heracles called to the deities who had watched his story unfold. And so, as his mortal form returned to ash, Heracles ascended to Mount Olympus, where he was welcomed as the god of strength. Even Hera lightened up. His life may have been one of strife and struggle, but on that day, all the world was left in awe of the legend of Heracles.
Wow. Alright, now Sun Wukong.
Born of a mystic stone from the energy of the sun and moon. Upon birth, he graciously bowed to the cardinal directions and shot lasers from his eyes. Strap in, folks, this one's a doozy. This monkey soon befriended a band of...
Background: Sun Wukong, the handsome Monkey King. Height 4 feet 121 centimeters. Age 1,100 years. Other tiles: Great Sage equaling Heaven, victorious fighting Buddha. Originally from the novel Journey to the West, first printed in 1592. Japanese name Son Goku. No, really. I see. Oh, right, because they do explain from that Goku from the Dragon Ball series was inspired by this particular character. So, yeah, it's no joke that Son Goku is based off of Sun Wukong.
Of other primates, and rather narcissistically named himself their handsome Monkey King. But after a few centuries of monkeying about, he got a taste of the dreaded midlife crisis. You see, the Monkey King was fierce and brave, yet he feared death. So he ventured to new lands in search of immortality. Turns out he'd find a lot of it. Training under the Taoist master Puti, he earned his first method of immortality and a new name. He would be the Monkey Awakened to the Void, spoken as Sun Wukong. He also learned a bunch of magic. He can ride clouds, make thousands of clones, heal from fatal wounds like decapitation, and transform into basically anything. A bird.
Though this technique is called 72 earthly transformations, the scope of Sun Wukong's shapeshifting is limited only by his imagination. The number actually references a collection of stars that the power is associated with. I see. So Sun Wukong only used his power of imagination to transform, and the number of the 72 earthly transformations is actually referencing all the stars that the power is connected to. That's interesting to know.
Some vapor, a pitchfork, even an incredible fighting temple! With his famous cloud somersault, he could traverse the world at incredibly high speed. At first, a single somersault could carry him 108,000 li. Li being a traditional Chinese unit equal to about 500 meters, making one somersault move 54,000 kilometers per second.
My word.
The entire Earth in one leap. And he'd only get faster from there. Monkey would do whatever it took to...
Powers: 72 earthly transformations, cloud somersault, fiery golden eyes, can discern any illusion or disguise, healing and regeneration, 7 means of immortality, magic, body freezing spell, fire avoidance charm, flying spell, lock breaking spell, protective circle of invisibility, water avoidance charm, and various other spells. I see. While Hercules uses strength, Sun Wukong can actually use magic. It does make you wonder how strength compares to magic.
Prove he was the best of the best. When fighting the mighty deity Prince Nocha, his foe transformed into a more powerful visage with 3 heads and 6 arms. But Sun was like, hey, I can do that too, and then did just that. Sun Wukong eventually returned to his simian subjects, and with his newfound power, amassed a veritable army. However, he felt no weapon in their arsenal suited him. So he barged into the Dragon King's palace and demanded he hand over a weapon worthy of a king who could match the power of heaven. Yeah, Sun was pretty full of himself, but...
Some translation claim the golden hooped rod measured or wound up the galaxy, but these are incorrect. It was originally used to gauge the depth of the Great Flood, a story regarding the dynastic China. I see. So even though his rod was thought to bind the galaxy, it turns out it was actually used to measure the depth of a great flood. So he used it as a measuring stick instead of a weapon. That seems interesting to know.
He wound up taking a pillar originally designed to measure the depths of the ocean. What seemed like a worthless rod to the Dragon King was actually the perfect weapon for Wukong, weighing nearly 8 tons. The Rui...
Arsenal and equipment: cloud stepping shoes, golden chainmail, golden headband, phoenix feather crown, Ruyi Jingun Bang, can shrink and extend indefinitely, made of a magic iron, weight 7,960 kilograms, 17,548 pounds. Sleep insects, can instantly put victims to sleep. My word. I guess the Great Monkey King does have an impressive arsenal and resourceful equipment.
Jingu Bang can change size at his whim. It can shrink to the size of a needle or grow long enough to pierce the heavens. The same heavens that got Brady mad with Sun after he crossed his name out of the Ledger of Death, making himself double immortal. Wait, how does that work? And even more mad when he demanded to be formally acknowledged as the Great Sage equal to heaven. Okay, we've got a strong goofball who quickly masters new powers and wants a fancy title. This is just shown in Now, the Monkey King may have lashed out, but it was because when he requested a place in heaven, a place he truly believed he deserved, the Jade Emperor's court reduced him to a stable boy. Beneath all his antics, what Sun wanted most was to prove himself. Even with all the shenanigans, the Jade Emperor remained cautious and willing to placate Wukong by making him the watchdog of the Garden of Immortal Peaches. He totally ate that shit, didn't he, Wiz? Oh yeah, Wukong got hammered, ate ran around the Jade Palace in a fit, and found 5 gourds of immortality which he promptly swallowed. All of them. Okay, so
my word.
How many layers of I'd say a few 100,000, if you count each individual peach and pill. When he sobered up, he knew he was in serious trouble, so naturally, he prepared for war.
Wow, that escalated quickly. What are they?
You can say that again.
So the Monkey King proved too strong for heaven. He battled all their best fighters and even matched Erlong Shan blow for blow in an epic battle of transformations. He's that guy with the third eye.
And heaven's greatest holy warrior. Yet no matter Erlong's form, Wukong always had a counter. Until Lao Zi threw in a convenient plot MacGuffin that captured the monkey. But even with Wukong in chains, heaven had a problem.
He just wouldn't die. Lightning, fire, even Lao Zi's de-immortalizing furnace just made the monkey stronger.
Now, Wukong is not invincible. He has been hurt by the scorpion demoness's poison, which could even harm the Buddha, an awakened divine being liberated from the cycle of life and death entirely.
My God.
How painful is that?
Pain is all in the mind, and I am absent of mind. Oh, God. Oh, no, I was wrong. It's really, really, really bad. Oh, God, make it stop.
Okay.
Even after all that, Sun had one more challenger to contend with. The Buddha himself.
Buddha approached Wukong with a contest. Leap out of his hand, and he could have the Jade Emperor's throne for himself.
Having no impulse control, the monkey agreed, and in an instant somersaulted to the very edge of heaven.
But he had already lost. Because Buddha achieved nirvana, he transcended the world, literally holding all of existence. So even at the edge of the universe, Wukong technically never left his hand.
For his rebellion, Sun was put in timeout, sealed under a mountain for 500 years.
But even son Wukong would find a chance at redemption. In his case, he was tasked with escorting and protecting a monk, Tansong Zong, or Tripitaka, on a journey to the west.
With additional companions Pigsy and Sandy, the trip was a tough one, and Monkey abandoned it more than once. But through it all, he always returned to
feats made a hurricane which produced waves the size of mountains, forged an alliance of demon and spirit kings, destroyed the 5 phases mountain, held up Mount Sumeru and Mount Emi, leapt to the edge of heaven in an instant, survived the Yellow Wind Demon King Storm, defeated Prince Neza, Princess Iron Fan, Demon King of Confusion, and Immortal Ruyi. Wow. Those are some very impressive feats for the Monkey King. I'll give him that.
As the group's powerhouse, saving Tripitaka's life many times. Seriously, this guy could not stay out of trouble. It's like Wiz at a blind date.
Wukong has climbed apart mountains, slayed hundreds of monsters, and survived the Yellow Wind Demon storm that could...
The storm is depicted differently across translation, but the original Chinese text uses this, which means universe, or more literally, every manifestation of nature. I see. So this particular storm is actually every manifestation of nature. And the Monkey King actually took on it. Wow, that is impressive.
Destroy the universe, as in heaven, earth, the 18 layers of hell, and more.
That's cool and all, Wiz,
wow.
But let's answer the real question. Can he beat Goku?
Maybe. During his journey, Wukong performed possibly his most legendary feat, holding up Mount Sumeru, which, in traditional Mahayana Buddhism, is a mountain supporting the infinite cosmic sky.
And Sun just hauled it around on one shoulder. Just one! Because on his other shoulder was a whole other mountain.
After 14...
The other mountain was Mount Emir, one of the sacred mountains of China. So Sun Wukong was carrying not one mountain of cosmic infinity, but 2 of them. Wow. Is there anything that this character can't do?
Years of travel, the journey was complete, and Wukong had finally accomplished a truly great deed. For this, he was given his long-awaited place among the heavens.
As the victor victorious
Really?
fighting Buddha. Now that's gotta be an anime.
After so much time as a
okay.
rebel, an outcast, and a truly unstoppable warrior, Sun Wukong had, at last, found his home.
Wow.
Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Let's get started. Oh. A scroll?
Begins atop a great mountain where the mighty Hercules sought a gift from the gods. Oh there! I'm in need of that apple. Relinquish it.
Why?
I'm supposed to find my master some vegetarian food?
You'll find it elsewhere.
This should be interesting.
But Heracles was not so easily fooled.
Huh? Oh boy, here we go.
True, but he not so easily overwhelmed the god of strength.
Oh man. Oh.
I am Heracles!
Oh man, that's intense. And went to the top. Oh. Oh boy, here we go. Man, he's taking them out with ease.
Die, demon!
I wouldn't say he's a demon per se.
The monkey
Oh, the next part.
strange forest, in awe at such a wondrous fight. But should he mistake his fear? His head.
Oh, brutal.
Woo! I haven't had such fun since I fought all of heaven. Change!
Oh,
Behold me, the immortal Monkey King!
Multiple heads, of course.
something he's all too familiar with. Oh? Whoa. Man, that's huge.
You've had your fun, beast, but I've had enough!
Whoa. Whoa!
In heavens above, the gods witnessed their earthbound selves, and so joined in battle.
Oh boy.
God's strength mustered the hearts of Olympus, while the great sage harnessed power equal to heaven.
Who's gonna win?
The Monkey King emerged victorious!
Wow, would you look at that? I struck him so hard he was reduced to nothingness.
With a formidable foe
My
slain,
word.
stricken against the mountain's breast, so ends our great tale of East and West.
Really?
KO! Talk about a Herculean matchup!
Heracles was among the greatest heroes in myth, but the great sage equal to heaven held many more advantages.
You'd think
Is that
Sun might not
so?
measure up to the god of strength, strength, but he totally could. Remember, he carried Sumeru on his back, the mountain holding up the infinite celestial sky, like how Heracles held up the infinite celestial sphere.
That's
As the
true.
Heroes of myth, they were on par in that they were both incomprehensibly strong. However, Wukong's healing abilities meant he could bounce back from Heracles' deadliest blows, whereas Heracles did not have a similar option.
But Heracles did have one way of putting the Monkey King down. His arrows dipped in Hydra poison.
The Hydra poison threatened even the gods of Olympus, similar to the scorpion sting. Whether or not it would be fatal.
While Sun Wukong survived the scorpion sting, he needed help from another entity to rid his body of the poison. Oh, so even though he survived getting stung by a terrible scorpion king, he needed the help from someone else to get all of the poison out of his body. But since he was fighting against a person who carried poison with him at all times, he had to improvise and make sure that he didn't get any in his body. That's interesting to know.
It would be fatal is questionable, but it could have incapacitated Wukong similar to how it affected Hercules himself.
But that is one very specific win condition, and we're looking at this with every possible option in mind.
With his variety of clones, transformations, and numerous other spells, Wukong's arsenal was far more versatile.
Like, there was nothing stopping him from making thousands of clones of himself and just sitting back while they beat up Herc for him. Unsportsmanlike? Sure. In character? Absolutely.
Even then, those arrows would have to actually strike Wukong, which would be extremely difficult. Yes, in some depictions, Heracles could potentially shoot the son of Helios, his arrows flying 90 times the speed of light. However, in his contest with the Buddha, Wukong leapt to the edge of the universe in a single second. To do so, he had to be moving over 1.4 quintillion times faster than light.
Making him way faster than Herc could ever hope to be.
Heracles held might of mythic proportions, but barring a lucky shot, Sun Wukong's versatile magic, similar strength, and absolutely absurd speed overcame this foe. Fitting for heaven's equal.
When fighting Sun Wukong, Heracles missed his chance.
The winner is the Monkey King, Sun Wukong.
Congratulations, Sun Wukong.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see who comes next, and if you can't wait, consider clicking that join button below to become a Death Battle member. You'll get exclusive badges, emotes, live chats, live streams, and way more.
Next time, Boba Fett versus Predator. Alright, so that was Hercules versus Sun Wukong, and Sun Wukong came out victoriously. And the next death battle is going to be Boba Fett versus Predator. So two bounty hunters fighting against each other. So, yeah, it does make you interested to know how these myths go on, how different interpretations of them are getting people looking into them. And who knows what sort of accuracies they have. But considering what's happened in this battle, they had to, I suppose they had to stick with the most accurate depictions of these particular characters. But we'll let people decide for themselves. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.